Meta's Facebook is now asking users to let AI scan their private photos, including the ones not shared publicly. NTD's Kevin Hogan spoke with Jeff Dórnick, CEO of social media platform Pickax, for his take on what this means for privacy.
Hi, Jeff. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me on.
Facebook is now asking users to let Meta AI access photos on their phones, even ones they haven't publicly shared yet. From a free speech and privacy standpoint, what are the dangers of this kind of request?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of dangers. Right now, Meta is promising users that we're not going to use it for our overarching artificial intelligence. This is just to basically target you and help you with new filters, new features, and more customize your personal experience. The problem becomes that the language in the terms of service opens it up to where if and when they decide that they would like to take your photos that you have not actually published to Facebook or Instagram and then use it to train their centralized artificial intelligence that would apply to anybody and everybody, that they could do so with the stroke of a pen and actually just change their terms of service very, very quickly. And guess what? They already have access to your photos. So that's one of the big problems that we're facing right now, is that Meta is leaning very, very heavily, along with the rest of the big tech platforms, into developing their artificial intelligence program, and specifically because Facebook actually just invested $65 billion into developing their artificial intelligence specifically for creating AI-generated content creators and replacing human beings as influencers on their platform. So there's a lot of things happening at the same time right now with Facebook.
Very interesting, Jeff. How do platforms like Pickax, which emphasize free speech and user control, differ in handling user content compared to the giants like Meta?
Yeah, so we take a completely different approach. So what they're doing is they're actually taking our data and our thoughts and our content and then feeding into their AI to build up their technology so that way they can centralize the power, control the narratives, control everything. What we do is the complete opposite. We're using technology in order to build up humanity, human's voice, human beings. We're a human-to-human social media platform. And so by doing that, we're not collecting anybody's data. I can target ads without actually collecting data or stalking you like all the rest of the social media platforms do, but simply by focusing it on the content. And by doing that, I'm actually trying to give people back their voice. We're not building up a centralized artificial intelligence program. What I want to do is I want to hear what human beings think. And by doing so, I think we can create a great platform that's for anybody and everybody to actually get on there, share their opinions, share their voice, and know and rest assured that we're not using your content in order to build up some AI program which will ultimately eliminate you guys from basically being needed to be visible.
Thanks for telling us that. Now, Jeff, Meta says only the user can see the AI-generated suggestions and that the photos won't be used for ad targeting. But should users trust these assurances?
Well, like I've been saying, specifically right now, that would be accurate. The problem is that in the terms of service, if you actually go and look at it, they use very vague language that allows themselves down the road, when they decide that they're going to expand it beyond just yourself, that they can actually do so. And that's the problem, is that what they always do is they will say, look, right now, look, we're not doing anything right now. The question is, what are they going to do in 2 months, 6 months, a year down the road, after they've already conditioned you to basically allow them to have access to the photos in your photo roll, and then all of a sudden now they're going to begin to expand it into other arenas.
Well, how does this move by Facebook fit into broader trends around data privacy and the use of personal content by big tech companies?
It's a common trend, and each big tech company kind of has their own shtick when it comes to this. So obviously, Facebook is leaning heavily into creating AI-generated content creators, and that's why they want access to photos, so that way they can have their own, photo content creation, artificial intelligence program. If you look at X, what they're doing is they're collecting all of our posts, and they're collecting that, and it's all going into Grok in order for it to be the most relevant, up-to-date AI on the planet, because they're getting information in real time on breaking news and all of that. Then you look at something like Google, where they're doing everything from using all the YouTube videos that are uploaded to YouTube, funneling it into their video creating AI, generator. And then that's why they're able to make such compelling videos using artificial intelligence, because they have access to all the videos that have been posted to YouTube. Google is also doing the same thing with search results, where they're actually taking all the content of blogs and articles, and they're funneling it into the AI so that way they can give the search results. If somebody's asking a question in their Google search, they can give the results without anybody actually having to leave Google to actually click on somebody's site to get the information, essentially plagiarizing people's content. And so that way they can control the narrative, they can control the revenue. There's a lot of problems with this, and what's happening is they're proving to all of us that they only need us for our information that they can train the AI with, but their ultimate goal is basically to replace us as any semblance of influence, and they want us to just become, basically, in my own words, all-consuming blobs of flesh, where we don't influence anybody, we're just constantly consuming.
Thanks for shining a spotlight on this, Jeff Dornick, CEO of Pickax. We appreciate it.
Thank you.